So this video is about how we can convert a simple Java class into a standalone application. By standalone application, I mean that it will be a file on which when I double click, it will execute, it will do something. Okay. By double clicking, I'm not going to type Java C and do that. So for that, what we need to do is we need to create a jar file, and let's see how we can do that. So creating the jar file is simple. This command that you see over here, that's all you need to do. But there are other things that we are going to do. So first of all, you'll need two classes. The first class, for example, here is crypto.java. Now this class is your actual class that will contain the business logic. By business logic, I mean the actual code. Whatever you want to do, you do inside this class, or you can also have any number of other classes. But let us assume that if there are 5 or 6 classes, so this is the main class in that respect. Okay, in if we are using Java C and Java command to run our code, then this one has to contain the main function and the execution will start from this class. So assuming that, so there are other things in this class which is not relevant for our current discussion, that is for some other project. So let's skip that and just focus on this. This is the simple code to add two numbers and print them. Okay, and take the number using scanner and print them, as simple as that, and inside the main function. Nothing else is there in this class that needs to be looked at. Okay, whatever lies inside this main.java, it can be any name. Main is not a compulsory name. Whatever name you put here, you have to put in the command. So yeah, just that is only thing you need to worry about. Other than that, what we have here inside the main function, so this is a command. Now I do not fully understand it. I just got bits from here and there, and then I combined and this one worked for me, so it is here. Okay, so now there are other techniques in which you can do that using only one, like inside the crypto.java. I was trying to do here only, like I do not want to create another a class, so why don't I put that runtime inside this, but it did not work. Okay, so yeah, why not create another class? It's not a big deal. So and this is the way that it worked, and it is quite simple, so I will stick with this one. So inside this main.java, we have a main function, and try catch, we have to put that. It is not part of the logic, we have just have to put it. So the logic is just 2 lines. Get a runtime, it can be in one line only, like runtime.getRuntime, and just dot .exec. I can put it here, but yeah, for the sake of making the code readable, let's split it in 2 lines. So when once we get the runtime object, what we are doing is we are calling exec command, which will execute the command. What is that command? The command is to run to start a cmd window, and inside that java crypto. Okay, so java crypto, now you must be familiar with the java command. Like if I want to compile, let me just enlarge it. So like if I want to compile a class, I write java c crypto. Okay, and then it will be compiled, sorry, java c crypto dot java, and then it will be compiled, and then the next step is java crypto, and then it will ask me two numbers, and once I enter the two numbers, it will be added and displayed here. Okay, that is how the flow works. Now what I'm doing is that I'm opening a new cmd window, and inside that I am just running this java crypto command. And where do we get that java c from? So when we are making the jar file, so we will be packaging this crypto.class inside the jar file. So we do not have to run the java c command. We'll run the java c command once we get the class file, then we will create a package. And that package, what will that package contain? It will contain this crypto and main, not the java files, they're class files. We can also include the .java files, but we do not need to. It will just make the file uh, bulkier by 1 or 2 MB or KB, but yeah, whatever, KB I think. But it is not big, like the file size is not large for a java class, but whatever. But why add it? So here if you can see like this crypto dot class and this main dot class, so these two I want inside my jar packaging, okay, jar file. So these two will be put inside the jar file, and when I run it, so execution will start from main dot class. Now we cannot see the main dot class here, so let's go to main.java, and it will just run java crypto. And java crypto, what this does is it will start the main function of this class, public static void main, take two numbers as input, add them and show them. That is all this is going to do. Okay, so now the command, as you can see, this is the command. Let's create a jar file. As you can see, I've already created some jar files. Like let's create a new one. So to create a jar file, okay, so one thing is that if you get any error in the following step, that is the jar cfe, the command jar command, then most probably you have not added the path to the path of your jar file to your system variable. Like the path is until your bin, I think. So let's go in C drive, then program files, then inside program file Java, JDK, bin, and inside bin you will have a jar. So make sure you have this jar here. If it is not here, maybe you need to download and add it. It was here, I think it is always there, but whatever. So till this bin, you need to add it to your path variable in system environment variables. So in environment variables, you can add that, and uh, that should solve your error. So if you have already done it, so you do not need to worry about it. What you have to do is just jar cfe. Now what is cfe? C stand for creating a new jar file. You can also add to an existing jar file, etc., etc. But we want to create a new jar file, so C is for create a new jar file. F is, I do not know, it always stays there, it is like a compulsory, so F is there, and E also I do not know. So yeah, CFE after jar, and then you have to write the name of the jar file that you want. It can be anything. So just let me put it addition app dot jar. Okay, not dot java, dot jar. It is a jar file. Addition app.jar is the name of my jar file. And what I want to keep the main, like the starting point for this jar file, so it is the main class, not the crypto.java. The logic is inside the crypto.java, but I've said that we cannot just, I tried to, but I was not able to run this command directly inside the crypto.java. So I was getting some error, like it was calling itself, and so it is not, I do not know if that can work also. So yeah, this is our main class, and what it does nothing except starting this crypto.java. Okay, so just java crypto. So the name of our um, main class here is main only, so that is main. So the jar file will start execution from main, and then we have to mention like what kind of files we want to package inside this jar file. If I write start.class, it will only package all the class files that are in the current directory, that is the scripter. So this scripter directory, whatever you can see, there are class files, java files, jar files, and txt files. Okay, so whatever it is, it will only include the star dot class. Now if I want to include the java files also, so that someone can take a reference, then they can include star dot java, but it is not required, and it will increase the file size of the jar file. Okay, so we do not need to put that. If you want, you can add it. Now star dot class, this should do, just press enter and you'll get a jar file created. And let me see, addition app.jar. Okay, this was not existing before, and now we have it. Let's go to the file explorer, and let's go to wherever it is. It is here. So now you can see, yeah, this is the addition app.executable jar file. Okay, addition app.jar. So our jar file is created. Now let's test it. Double click, and it opens a command uh, window, cmd window, and I'll enter two numbers, and I have the result. Okay, As simple as that. So that is all for this video. I'll be putting the code in the description, I think.